Thanks very much. That's the desk there, Moses, Anders, and of course Sean Gares. Self and Sponge bringing you the action, as are fnatic and FURIA. Covered on the first. Does look like they've got plenty of Molotovs, Chad. They're going to go for something a little exciting here. Nade the door, smoke mini. What's up next?
JW has a plan as well. You can see his nades, and he's just dropped down the vent there. He's got the knife out ready and waiting, but the action will be towards ramp, and Golden's he's going to be digged down early to 5 HP.
Golden has been somewhat of a pillar of consistency for the fnatic players on ramp on this very map. Here on the pistol though, tested and passes, gets one. Despite the early damage done to him, they do start to swarm though towards the low site. Gathering, 3 members of fnatic all from the same direction. And Brolin wasn't ready for that. Yuri, he's always given a little bit of freedom. He does a lot with it. Now just Kayserato and Yuri. Doesn't look like they're changing their plans. Yuri's frag onto Brolin does suggest the top site will be relatively bare and barren as it is.
Yeah, Kayserato can come up ladder here, drop that bomb down to Yuri. He can plan it while Kayserato keeps ladder control, but maybe? Yep, okay. Well, that's what Kayserato thought, but Yuri wants to find some kills.
Oh, fair play, it works. Crim's caught out. He wasn't anticipating. Neither was Furia's teammate, excuse me, Kayserato. So Flusher has a kit. Neither of them have Kevlar. And JW knows exactly what Yuri's up to. Down to Kayserato, the hero of Inferno, as our desk have covered. Now in the 1v2 to start things in the same way he delivered on our first map. Good info on where he is, looking to rot the clock, but still, I'll remind you, the kit is present. He has to acknowledge this. He has to give the fight to Flusher, and he will. Oh, he gets the frag! The bomb is not defused, and JW so low. But he's got it. fnatic will take the first by the skin of their teeth.
Flusher put his life in the hands of JW there, and JW dropped him down the stairs, saw him roll, went to see a mate, and still won the round himself.
He called the ambulance afterwards.
Yeah, checked to make sure he was alive after that all ran on down.
in the recovery position.
Oh, some plays here. Okay, so Yuri
don't.
going and finding that kill. Yeah, okay, nice. But you want to try and maintain that high ground. If you can keep ladder control and you can plant for ladder, it's such a difficult position to play against. Especially with the jiggle peeking, the jumping around, making life a little bit more difficult. But hey, guess what? Kriegs are out.
Yeah, and what's the answer to 3 Kriegs? Apparently 4 MP9s. Let's see how the CTs fare with this one. Golden's going to be given the fight early, and I love that off angle. Only getting the first, though. Good damage dealt to the remaining, and a SMG scavenged away for Vinny on the rather conservative buy.
JW's on for some kills here, surely.
Imagine so. Oh, he faked it with the door. Yuri getting info and profiting from it. JW gone down, but now with back turn. Flusher exploiting the damage dealt to the door. Down into a 3v3. To contest was Brolin, but an inquisitive door doesn't get him what he was hoping for. And Crimson Brolin now flurry of frags puts Vinny all on his own. No armor and only a Desert Eagle and an MP9 that they'd avoided. And he's trying to stop that bomb from being defused. It will be Crims to keep things safe and sound. Lock and key. And fnatic do manage to weather the storm of the FURIA second round bye.
Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, the reason Crims is not defusing the bomb is so Brolin can go and pick up this bad boy right here. Want to make sure you pick those up. Want to make sure you can get them in your hands as early as humanly possible. And fnatic, yeah, with those SMGs on a map like this, you can make more sense of it, right? You don't necessarily need to play that yard position. You can lock down the closer choke points of Heart, Squeaky, and Ramp. Golden did a good job there to make sure he took down one opponent before they got too much lower control. And then the poking and prodding, the constant harassment, doors opening, someone striking again. It was very, very hard for FURIA to mitigate and deal with. Now you can see, well, the plan is going to allow them to go for yet another buy. Ladies and gentlemen, you should not be able to buy the most powerful gun in the game on the second round of the game. Anyway, that's my PSA out the way. Let's get back into it.
Hang on a second, I need to put your soapbox under the desk. Okay, there we go. Art, considering this duel again versus Golden. He's always been good for one. Golden, good for one. Magic, it's a big leap and a big frag. Art, he gets the first. They continue the push and another. This is wild. It's the wild, wild west on Nuke. Already, they find themselves behind the T. Oh, what are these fights? Yuri's got another one. Flusher caught outside.
It's a minute 30 on the clock and they were already up ladder.
JW was not ready for that. Neither was I. And now things can slow down.
Take a breath.
Yeah, I think I almost forgot to breathe after that, but this is perfect from Kayserato. Patience is about to work out for him. Golden pants around his ankles and 2 to find for Crims. He's just going to be spotted. Nice round from Yuri. A sensational performance from him. Often left to his own devices on the T side. This one just looked like he wanted to accelerate, and he did. 7 frags to his name. Just 3 rounds of play.
I love the way Art plays. It makes me so happy. Like, the risk reward that he goes for is absolutely insane. But as an in-game leader of the past, I used to just love running on in like an idiot, having so much faith that my teammates would trade me. I was setting the pace. If you're the in-game leader, you're leading by example. They're behind you. If they're stopping, mate, if I die and no one's traded me, I'm...
You're switching to your Deagle and popping him in the back of the head.
They're not having a nice freeze time next round around, that's for sure. And Nora fnatic, they've had to go into a force fight. Look at it again, into ramp again.
Look at him go, and JW, a similar circumstance.
Oh.
I swear, I'm having flashbacks. It's Groundhog Day for JW. This time, a slightly less impressive scoped weapon, but the scout taken down all the same, and a re-aggression from the CTs is working out for flusha. Art in the smoke does go down to Golden as well, and so fnatic, especially if they can do some retrieval of the weapons now laden on the floor. Got a shot at this one. There's armor behind it. This is such a wild approach to Nuke from FURIA so far. Golden, we always describe his ramp hold as consistent. Well, I don't think he's ever played against something quite as potent as that. 2 rounds in a row. Art, the spearhead of the assault with a MAC-10.
Barreling on down, and then we find ourselves in these awkward mid-rounds where the CTs seem to have absolutely limited map control. The weapons are not in the favor here by any means, and FURIA, they can just hold and they can wait.
It's the same circumstances. I remember Golden got caught walking from Secret across, not making the same mistake again. He gets the info on Henny. That's all the info as well. flusha's got steps beneath him, still doesn't stop Henny from finding the frag. So now numbers and weapons favor that of FURIA. 30 seconds remain. The bomb likely to go down. It's Yuri to do so, and Keserato to cover. He's got perfect line.
Whack-a-mole.
And it would just be Crims looking to take, I believe that's a Galil.
Better than nothing.
Something.
Yeah, people have a bit of an issue with the Galil. You know, I think people, when they look at this gun, they go, oh, you know, it's not very good. But realistically, you could probably put it on par with almost an M4. Close enough to. You get an extra 5 bullets.
Yeah.
It's not hugely expensive.
I mean,
it's not as good as the AK, obviously.
I'd take a Galil over a FAMAS any day of the week, man.
I don't know how many times I have to bang on about upgrading the burst fire of the FAMAS.
Oh, that would be a cool update. Hey guys, we have increased the, well, I was about to say increase the price of the Krieg. I don't want to start a bloody war. But we've altered something about the SG that has been seeing so much action, and now you can you get a Zeus for free every round.
Oh.
That's the update, man.
People want Zeus skins.
I see no reason not to.
Yeah. Well, we can spend some more money that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Valve, we want to
And
give you
speaking
money.
of spending money, a default knife for flusha.
Oh, yeah. So this is a funny story. I asked him before. I said, Robin, why don't you have a knife? And he said to me, well, I haven't opened one yet.
Oh. And that was the end of the conversation?
Yeah. I was like, wait, I'm sure someone will give one to you. He's like, yeah, but I want to open one.
I haven't opened one.
Yeah.
He's a Counter-Strike player, man.
That's quite nice. There's something to that, isn't there?
There is. Wholesome flusha. And Art, once again, on his what seems to be signature weapon at the moment. Just dancing and will eliminate flusha eventually.
I want to say that I think that the MAC-10 and the MP9 are pound for pound the best guns in the entire game. No joke.
Pound for pound, okay. Well, so you're talking about for their class.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, like their price, their class,
yeah,
the jumping accuracy.
It does enable you to play a very different brand of Counter-Strike for a round, that's for sure. You saw what goal, was it Brolin actually, what he did to Yuri in Apps on Inferno?
Yeah.
That's a MAC-10 only play.
All right, well, now things might actually steady a little bit as fnatic can get a proper buy on the board here. It won't be, you know, flush with all the utility that they require. They are going to be skimping on, you know, the Molotovs. They're not going to have an AWP out to play, but they do have the rifles. Curious what approach we see here, because they can't just go for the standard Molly Heart, Molly Squeaky. And with this fast approach that FURIA have been playing, it is going to have to be a very heads-up style of CS. So eyes on crosshairs. Nades coming out from Vinny and Henny and from Spawn. Squeaky's going to get blown open. Smoke's going to come on down. Molotov into main, and Keserato won't push that one.
And that just seemed a little too daunting, but a completely different look from FURIA this time. And Henny safely evading the bullets from Crims as they are already down lower in a very big way. The rotate will come in from ramp. It seems Golden has managed to get himself in a perfect position, but just for one. Yuri on the trade and then some. He doubles up. 2 fnatic heads popped by the star of the FURIA show at the moment. We were talking about how some sacrifices had perhaps made for Yuri and Vinny in the arrival of Henny, but certainly not in this game.
Here's the biggest problem right now. Quesarado's still over towards lobby, so even if they go towards T-spawn to try and save, or if they jump off of hut, well, he would have heard them. He's making his way towards T-spawn now.
Oh, he's not.
Crims was searching towards ramps, and Flusher is there as well. If they found kills, maybe they could have gone for this one, but they had so many players in lower so quickly. That's just been the story of this game thus far, just the speed, the momentum.
Oh, JW does spot Vinny. That's a free Krieg. I say free, I might bite my
Here's
tongue a little bit.
Quesarado, right?
Oh, if he, I would be so mad if I die to Quesarado here. Fortunately, we can withhold the Fury because he will stop dead in lobby. Whew, 4-2, FURIA. After taking fnatic's map pick away from them onto the T side of theirs, and they have just strung 4 together with a wide variety of different calls. Can see Frames win games, and so does Yuri. 11 kills, 2 deaths to start things off here on Nuke.
Yikes. All right, well, Fnatic really have to do a bit of soul-searching right now. Their approach to the start of this game, it hasn't worked. They've been blown out of the water with speed. What they need to invest in right now...
Can I guess? I got it. Molotovs.
Yeah, so they're going to need to wait until they can actually build up a bit of a bank right now. So going for a force buy, it seems like it might be an option. You can see JW can drop over a rifle. Flusher could do the same. They could go for a buy here if they really wanted, but one individual will have to be making a few little sacrifices.
But isn't that the same hole they dug themselves into on CT Inferno?
It is. But this time round, they do have 4 Molotovs.
Okay.
Crims has an MP9. They can make this work. They just need to make sure that with this speed, they're not getting caught off guard. They have to make sure that they're trading 1 for 1. You can't be having a multi-kill scenario go down.
Art and this Mac 10. He's got 6k in the bank. He wants this weapon. And for good reason. You can see what he does with it. And he does get eliminated. Huge from Golden. Good for 1 magic, I'm telling you.
Look at the harassment towards bottom of ladder already, right? So there we have 3 players who have ramp control right now. What this does to the CTs is not a lot, but it just means that there is no avenue to really go down and help Golden from ladder. And the fact that they're now applying pressure in this regard as well. Brolin has to reposition. And Quesarado can now apply a bit of pressure from yards. So they put the CTs in a very awkward position, but it's not the normal way. It's not forcing them to rotate under. It's not keeping them out of the top site.
I mean, Flusher, yeah, still towards spawn. Hoping to catch them off guard.
It is a good off angle that he's playing right here. Oh, never mind. That's out of play. And now top ladder becomes a bit of an issue. That means Crims, the man stuck on top of hut with an MP9, has to defend that.
Yeah, he's going to have to reposition, albeit silently. I want the jig to be up. Flusher, so much information denied. They can't seriously be considering just a slow ladder climb. Surely not. Vinny, onto Crims. That's the MP9 close quarters eliminated, and now the site is theirs. This is a different look. Ramp is their avenue, and they're using it so well. JW, however, puts fnatic in touching distance. It's all onto Vinny. 1 versus 4. He hasn't really got a shot at this one. Flusher will find a double kill to wrap things up. A triple in total, and he stood his ground. That started by him not falling too foul to an early fight towards that ladder.
It's very important they were able to deal with that right there, because if they lost to that play once again, then they would probably think going forward, let's put 2 players ramp. And then what that does is make your top side or yard weaker, and then we could be seeing, you know, the guys from FURIA go for just a fast top play.
Oh, wow. We didn't see that the first time.
Up and down we go. And Flusher with one of his casual rounds there. As you can see, not even batting an eyelid.
It's definitely a signature. Just
no more Mac 10 though, Alex.
No, for once, Art has treated himself. See what he can do with the AK-47. That's Molotov should try and leave a gap, and you can see what it has done. But only 1 smoke thrown. Interesting, perhaps. Almost, wow. Watching out for that. Quesarado, quick, onto Crims. This is a duel Art has to win. They can't do it. JW instead will try and stay alive for another one.
Good
Huge
stuff.
work from JW. Steals it. Brolin now can set himself up on the site, and support is golden. 2 versus 2. The pincer coming in, though. Yuri will be applying pressure to Golden. He'll get the info as well. Yuri
saw him.
This one, no, Golden again. Impact fragging. Finds a huge one and leaving Quesarado with really no health and no hope. Not unlikely to find it.
Surely he doesn't win this one.
This should be too much to ask. 4-4 then, round 8. This is our 2nd map, and already seen a great form from FURIA. This is the fnatic stabilization, though. They won the pistol and now have strung together too.
This might settle now. We might actually see this, you know, slow on down, maybe get some standard smoke walls, the defaults, the yard plays, waiting out utility. They were finding openings. KSerrato killed Crims there very, very early, but JW did a fantastic job of delaying. He got that Molotov kill from the grave, but just the fact that he was able to slow them down was enough. Even if he didn't get that kill, I think that he had probably done more than enough work from that position. So now we have to ask the question of how is FURIA going to mix it up? The smoke wall, it just got extinguished. We saw that fnatic are ready for that fast play. One way that you can deal with that part of the map. Right now we can see that 3 Kriegs have been picked on up. Something will be dropped across to Yuri. I think it'll be an AK for Art and Yuri, actually, considering the financial situation right now. 2 Kriegs also on the side of this fnatic roster, AWP and Flusher MP9. Smoke wall coming out again, so...
Ooh, Flusher's using that MP9 close quarters. He's going to try and play around the smokes as best he can. A flash in his hands. He's planning to surprise, and he does. Just underhands it and wild spray. Unwilling to commit on that. Hoping to delay. Instead, quite the opposite. It's going to be a first blood drawn. Henny gets a quick one, and Vinny, he makes his intentions clear by transferring the bomb. It's just one from Golden, but Vinny, quick on the trade. Now, mission number 2 is crossing JW's crosshair.
Here's the problem, Alex. They only have Molotovs. They don't have any smokes to deploy towards this position. So this is where JW can find quite a few kills.
Going to come down to raw skill. 6 frags to his name, looking for his 7th. Info gained, and good frag onto Henny. Levels things up as KSerrato quietly finds another one.
Well, the bomb is dropping back right now. We can see it moving toward the vents.
Is there anyone to receive them? Crims is the closest, still be playing by the main.
Very difficult right now for fnatic to hedge either way because they know that KSerrato was around lobby. He could literally swing anywhere at this point in time. Crims repositioning now towards Hunt, trying to make himself more centralized.
Ooh, if KSerrato isn't ready for this, he's got to acknowledge that Squeaky could be pushed. Clearing his corners, Crims has got a perfect opportunity for some form of flank. KSerrato clearing it to enable his teammates to rise up the ladder, and now they start to make noise. 15 seconds. Stopping that bomb plant is everything, and here comes the cross. Yuri, first one, and now Vinny's going to change his mind with 9 seconds. This is the frag, and that should be the round. KSerrato could do absolutely nothing. Crims has pulled this one out of the hat, and that will be the 5th for fnatic.
Good stuff there, not panicking. There was a lot of things that could have gone wrong right there. You could see how thorough FURIA were, having KSerrato come through Squeaky, making sure that when they came up that vent, they couldn't die from anybody in those close positions. Swinging on up, they even spammed the hut to try and draw something out of that player, but Crims, he was just very, very stoic. That's what we expect from this man.
That's a great word to describe him. Let's see that again. 10 seconds. Now, of course, hindsight 2020. Just wondering if Vinny could have got away with a plant there. Crims unlikely to push.
Ooh, a bit of frustration there on the face of Art. That's a round that they feel that they probably should have won.
It looked great, didn't it?
Yeah, Henny now down to the Deagle, but still, 4 SGs out to play. Flusher's going to be on the MP9 once again, playing close towards the smoke. He dumped the majority of his utility here. The smoke wall's going to come on over the top, and this time around, maybe he wants to push. Swung on out, saw nothing. Playing a dangerous game here, Flusher.
He really is. But his presence alone, he showed face, and now they have to find him. He's just hanging out in the smoke. Unfortunately, this play does have a time limit, and still damage done. They know where he is. There's more than one, and Flusher... Oh, he has essentially gotten a kill. Soften him up. Yuri, his spray did transfer into a teammate's thigh, which leaves them now 4 versus 3. Brolin got a lot to do if they choose to commit to this. Does actually bring the org into play.
Golden is in a rough spot right here.
Ronan already caught Art. Finds his 2nd frag, and he's still going. A 3rd as Golden goes for the elimination. Trigger discipline was a conversation. Push this time from Yuri, brings down the bomb. Now he can Scarper. He has it. He has an opportunity. This would be the 1 versus 4. Golden, he's cognizant that the push could be coming in. It's good damage. 4 from Art in that round. After the frustration in the round prior, he vents it with bullets.
Wow, Golden there did a fantastic job even to grab those 2 kills. He had so many grenades left, but didn't know how close any of the enemies were. So if he had any information, maybe he could have dropped a couple, put a smoke down, used the HE at some point. But fnatic, they will be taking a tactical timeout here. Their money, it's in a bit of a weird situation right now. JW has 5,750. We've got Golden on 4,100. And then the other players, they're not really in the realms of a buy. Sitting at 5-5 right now going into round number 11. It wouldn't be the end of the world if fnatic just took a partial here. Big decisions to be made.
Yeah, you can see his mouth moving. It's just a final call coming in from him. I think he's actually... He said force. Let's see that again from Golden. This second frag, look at the reaction. Oof, one bullet to bait the push, and Yuri jumping straight into his cross, as you'll see. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Sometimes you just gotta take your teammate out.
I think he's definitely swapped out the desk slam for the fingertips to forehead. That's a safer bet.
Yeah.
Interesting exchange of smokes outside. Flusher, he's been given a lot of responsibility here, but one slipped the net.
Felt like he knows, but does JW, has that communication come through?
Knife
Knife out.
out.
Oh my god!
That's the AWP, Vinny. Flusher did so well to cage most of them, but one flew free. Vinny, huge frag, and that was the biggest weapon, the Zoom Banger, taken out of the hands of JW early. FURIA have a huge advantage now.
That has to be a death punch moment right there.
Oh, it is.
That was the spearhead of this round gone, and I expect the dominoes of Fnatic just to fall one after another here as map control has been completely taken. Golden doing his best to put up a fight here from Decon, but he has a Deagle, and, well, only one headshot at a time as three will come over the stairs, cascading in his direction, and now Fnatic are locked on out. The AWP is not even in their grasp as the Molotovs and smoke will hold them at bay, and now Crims and Flusher, they have to ask themselves, what can we possibly do?
I feel like they've asked themselves that a couple of times, especially on the first map. Let's not forget that the team waiting in the grand finals had Fnatic pinned as the rematch.
Yeah.
With conviction, and multiple times, FURIA defying the odds and impressing here in Belek.
We'll get this, Alex. We've spoken about this all week long on that couch with our lovely props. It's about this veto advantage that you have for the grand final.
That's true.
And the team who plays all 7 maps is the team who made it to the grand final. They get that veto advantage. E.g., no matter who they go up against here, either Fnatic or FURIA, can pick the first map. If you go up against Fnatic, you should pick Vertigo. If you go up against FURIA, you should pick Dust 2. But actually, for FURIA, for them to have to scrim on a map like Dust 2, knowing you have a potent double AWP setup of Art and Henny and just let them go absolutely nuts, that could be the potential for them to put up a little bit of a fight. I don't expect them to win it. Sure. I don't expect them to have any strategies or their mid-rounds to be good. But you think about a map, a team who rushes, a team who is so fast, all they are doing is just causing chaos across the map. Imagine them doing that on a map like Dust 2. Imagine Art and Henny activated on a map like Dust 2. It seems insane that that's their permaban.
And throw Vinny's hat into the ring as well, because my God, what he did in the round prior, it takes balls, cojones.
This half can spiral right now. FURIA should be finding themselves a 7th on the board right here. Fnatic with only 4 USPs and the MP9 carried across from Crims, going up against 3 Kriegs, an AUG, an MP4, and an MP4?
MP4.
An M4A4.
And a WMV.
It's a new gun. We've actually brought a new weapon into Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen, the MP4.
No, that's the MPEG-4 format. That's what you were referencing for those of you watching.
The video format.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still, we can see FURIA equipped with the WMVs, the MP3s, the Chibi Weebies. Just one weapon for them.
More of that.
Certainly. Just straight displayed now by the South Americans. Quite the T-side performance. Let's not forget, this is Nuke. Managed to look very competitive. This round should be a lock-in. Golden, what is this? Oh my goodness! Didn't quite see Vinny initially.
I think that kind of a moment is when you're changing your gun out and there's a guy with a USP and you're trying to kill. That's the equivalent of when you're walking in the street and you're walking head on with someone and you both step the same direction and you both step the same direction back.
I'm such a clown, Chad. I do that all the time. And usually it lasts for longer than it should.
I don't know. It must be something about me, but when I walk through the streets, no one ever moves out of the way for me. And I think that I walk quite quick. I got some pace to me.
It's because you have a look about you that this man's not going to be a problem.
All right. Well.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. If I keep hitting the gym, maybe I will be a problem, mate.
Chiseled jawline already, mate. Anyway, that's enough ego stroking, and that's another round. 7-5, FURIA.
Okay. Fnatic, they can still salvage this half. They can grab the last 3 rounds here, but once again, their buy is not going to be perfect. It isn't going to be anything but. Molotovs will be missed. They're not going to have an AWP. There can be a glass cannon on Flusher if he wants, but he's not the primary AWPer. He is the man attending to Yard. He's getting up close and personal. He's trying to make life difficult for FURIA, but guess what? That's the chaos they want. Push into that smoke. Let them have it.
Now that's an interesting decision. I see an AUG specifically chosen by Flusher.
I'd expect more of a passive play here, maybe something a bit more at range.
Further back, yeah.
It'd be weird to see him pushing into that smoke wall with an AUG. Maybe he might even want to drop straight under and come up through secret because they are getting that relatively easily.
Fair, fair.
The other issues they have, though, is with this smoke wall that they've been throwing, if you don't play close, they are using it to cheat their way into main and then do top splits off of that as well. So more numbers could be dedicated towards this outside section of the map. That would make other parts weaker, and we saw how this started with a lot of fast ramp plays.
Yeah, the round prior was actually the first time we've seen FURIA do it like an unpopulated smoke wall. There was no one behind it. Smoke and mirrors and all that.
No kits, keep that in mind. Post-plant situations right now get very, very difficult for Fnatic once again. Not even a single Molotov on the board to stop rushes, so this is why we are probably seeing more of a passive kind of approach right now. This time, in the first 4 or 5 rounds of the game, they were already up ladder.
Yeah, just a good reminder of how ridiculous they started things off, and I like that.
Oh,
Over
wow.
the smoke, FURIA continuing to throw innovation at Fnatic, this time to no avail.
I think something's up.
He certainly does.
Putting some lead down range.
And a very different stance from FURIA in this round. Wait, excuse me, JW.
I think they were trying to flash him in for a peek there, see if they could get activated, but now they're going to find themselves in a 4-on-5 situation where they can potentially get strung on out a little bit more. No one has had to rotate under just yet from Fnatic, but we're going to see a late smoke wall coming in from Art and Henny, who have headed on back towards T-spawn.
So let's see what the reaction is from that. Crims, big important frag onto Vinny, does put things into a 4v4 and put things into perspective as well. With 35 seconds left, they're still looking over the map. It does look like with their survey, it says ramp. Golden, he was tested so much in the first half of this half. And already good for 1. Gets the frag, falls back. Mission accomplished.
Time.
They're going to have to make a choice, and they're going to have to charge. It's going to be Golden to find another one. Finishes what Flusher started, a triple kill from Golden. The round is sealed. And Fnatic, a must-win. You said they can close this half out. They didn't have all of the bells and whistles, but it doesn't matter when you've got 3 frags from Golden. Brilliant stuff to keep things close.
Now we see a FURIA want to go back to the fast pace that was really making Fnatic work. Considering their money is low, considering they still won't be able to buy into everything that they really need, maybe we will see that. There's no reason that FURIA can't go back to that pace. When you see 3,800 on Vinny, when you see guns having to get dropped across like we get to see right now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we were thinking something quick. But no, they might save that for the last round of the game because guess what? You can see it. 5 SGs. 5
Kriegs. And 3, excuse me, for the CTs as well. So we have got 8 Kriegs in play for round 14.
Let's get 10.
Yeah, what are you doing, JW? Find one. Rush up. Can't see a nice line of sight, actually, but nothing connecting, and now they have to surely be paranoid. They have to acknowledge JW's not going to get caught out again. Nice. Instead, it's a Molotov, but they do not respect it. They burn down to half health. He's allowed to reposition, and Golden finding a double kill. Smooth moves, he supports JW, normally responsible for ramp. Gets there quick. And that's going to rip the rug from underneath the Brazilian attack.
So look how much room this rotation actually given across, right? We had to drop 2 players under just to stop the rush. But now they've been able to get ladder control of their own. This flank right now from JW and Golden, though, could be absolutely everything. If Vinny doesn't turn around, could be a shooting gallery from behind.
They're going to have their backs turned. He has to be precise, and he's completely fluffed it. Now the jig is up, and pushing in was Crims. Past tense, he's been eliminated, and Vinny, he managed to find 2. There's no way they're expecting a second, though, and that should be a quick frag. Brodden's got one as well. All on Henny. 40 seconds to play with, and 2 to find. The info on 1, reacts. It's a little slow, but a quick flick puts it into the 1v1. Bomb can go down. Golden, he's already got 3 frags in this one. He's been dealing with them. And now he's got one more task. A low HP player, 1v1, and good damage. He's starting to level the playing field here. Henny One bullet will do. Golden has some utility to play with, but it's not going to catch him.
No kit.
And he's going to work this one out.
Oh, Golden's played himself here.
Around the smoke, though, he plays, and tucking himself in nice and tight. Henny presses his nose to the monitor. He knows this one should be his. A fake and a frag. It's Henny. Wins it out in the end, and you can see what that means to Art. Yeah, he really needed that one.
Very well played there from Henny. He was on low HP. It's very easy to stress out and try and go for an overpeak in those scenarios, but played the time, used his smoke, and then Golden, he thought, hey, maybe he's gone for a bit of a Houdini play. Not to be the case, and now Fnatic backs against the wall. Final round, round number 15 of the first half here.
I went to the Houdini Museum in New York.
How was it?
Just lots of like old chains.
I think museums are almost pointless.
It was kind of cool. Yeah, a guy tried to sell me a $50 fake coin.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, aggressive from Crims, and he works out. It doesn't matter who is wearing the Fnatic jersey. The CZ just seems to work. Vinny eliminated. Rips that investment from them, and flusha, he manages to find another one. Where are these coming from?
He killed the guy top yellow from there with an MP9?
And he's now pulling some magic tricks himself. The disappearing act doesn't quite work out, though. It's Yuri to start to ruin everything. A triple kill. Now just Crimson Golden. A Mag 7, a pistol. What looked so good. The dreams start for a buy like this. You get 2 frags. Now FURIA, they managed to stabilize completely. There's no way Golden gets away from that one. And the rest, unfortunately, does look like an inevitable end. 9-6. FURIA, what a performance on the attack, no less, of their map pick. We'll see if they can close it out in 2, or if Fnatic have got some steam on the T side when we return. Your champions of DreamHack Masters Malmo meet FURIA in the consolidation final. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Sponge, and we have got ourselves quite a show being brought to us by the Brazilians. 9 rounds acquired on their T side. Now looking to secure themselves a spot in the grand finals. Fnatic up against them, and up against the ropes no less. This pistol round does hold a whole lot of weight. Sweden and Fnatic back into the competitive driving seat.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Brazilian flair in this map alone, and let's see what they have on the pistol round. We have 3 individuals investing in utility. That's quite unusual for the CT side. Quesarado with a smoke and a defuse kit. Art with a HE flash and smoke of his own. And then Vinny, well, he's invested in a incendiary. So let's see how this one here plays on out as Fnatic. They have a couple of nades in the hands of Golden and want to be going for a bit of a slower approach early.
Interesting. Finny was looking for a quick sound cue so we could just drop that molly ASAP to stop any fast topside take. A Molotov and the pistol is an interesting choice. They nade the door. What do you do with that? It's at least going to make things a bit awkward. JW and flusha are looking at each other like, well, guess we're staying here for a while.
It's information, but it can be used as bad information. Art has to know that they can be close, but it's not going to matter.
Now the smoke can arrive. A frag, and they can just reposition, even escaping, tucking himself into the corner as the flashes start to bombard in, but it's going to be flusha. Bites his time and finds the bullet through the smoke. Big duel for Brolan. He's only got 6 bullets left in that pistol and still continues his advance. Chipped away at from Henny. It's a 4 versus 4, and JW, he is just bringing everything alongside flusha. Now outside, he's taking another fight. Kisarato looking for the double peek. They do manage to get him out of things. He's still potentially going to get caught off guard. They've managed to get themselves low sight. This is lovely work from fnatic.
I mean, everywhere but nowhere all at the same time.
That's how it feels, certainly. Look at Golden, though. Back should be turned, and he takes Kisarato and Henny out of the mix. Kisarato was looking for him, and he takes him out first. The only way that one's going to work for him. In fact, now we do see fnatic get the pistol round we talked about. A necessity to put up some resistance.
Well, we have to get Brolin activated here. He came into this game as somebody who, you know, is being touted as a potential, or he has been fragging throughout. You know, he could be on for an MVP if his performances could reflect that. But right now, it is his rookie year. There's a lot of things to keep in mind here, but the youngster has been a beacon for fnatic right now, sitting down the bottom on 5 kills. We've got Golden up the top with 17. And the 4 spy will be coming out from FURIA here to battle right on back. They want to get stuck into this one ASAP. Yuri going to get up close with his MP9.
He's going to go straight through it. You know he is. The flash arrives just in the nick of time, but Brolin, he was tucked in on red. Didn't get caught by the flashbang, and now they accelerate. Art does just get the one with the P250 before Crims can get the trade and upgrade. Maybe even...
Uh-oh.
Have some plans laid, Vinny. It's the perfect weapon. It's the perfect angle, and he's ahead of the flash. Oh, but the toes. That's the power of the SMG. Jumping around the corner, Golden draws the fire. This round should be over. Kisarato perhaps gets the first, but good damage dealt to make things even more impossible. He will get the AK. Or actually, excuse me, it was a UMP. AK is in play, but on Crims.
Run!
Ooh!
He's not getting away, surely.
He's trying.
Well, that was relatively clean. I know that fnatic lost 2 players, but considering how much danger they were potentially in with the aggressive outside play, the getting away with not having to go down to that mag 7 at all, that also looked very, very dangerous in the lower side. They got away with this one in relatively easy fashion. You can see right now that the money right now for Art is at 3,900. Henny is down at 2,500. So I'm going to be curious to see if they try and bring out the double AWP setup like we saw yesterday against Renegades within the early stages. Right now the financials are on the fringe, so we have to see if any kills can come in that regard. Art will invest in a flash. We got a P250 for Yuri, a 5.7 for Vinny. Kisarato is just going to stick it there with the USP, and Henny's actually going to upgrade as well. So I'm going to be curious to see how we flow forward in the following round. Lovely little Molotov there from Golden. I've been talking a lot about that one lately, but it hasn't landed perfectly. That's going to allow...
Bite your tongue. So lovely. You can still sit on hut, but the action going down for Crims. That is, however, an AK, and JW will mop things up. Just Art. And he'll be found as well. Damn, JW, he's not messing around.
I think they've made fnatic mad, Alex.
I think so. They've really poked the bear with a very sharp stick.
Okay, so Art's invested in the AWP here with a plethora of utility behind it. Henny's actually just gone for an AUG, so that's quite curious to see. He could have gone for a glass cannon if he had really felt like it, but maybe feeling the utility is going to be necessary here. We're sitting at 9-9, round number 19 here. So he's going to take the early lead going into the second half.
Yes, however, I will remind you, Chad, that unfortunately for FURIA, they are similar to a Sunday League football team. No kits.
JW's down the vent already, so that's going to force out the rotation. We can see Henny already getting on the scene, going down lower, and now Art's being greeted with 2 individuals lurking behind the smoke outside.
This is ballsy. Oh, he can't even pull the trigger. Brolin quick. That's an important one, and that's only his 7th frag so far. We said he had to come online, and that's the start, but now duel for JW is 1 out. That was a messy one. Works out, and Henny forced to watch as 3 remaining teammates look to defend this low side take.
Nade, that's going to do a big chunk of damage here. JW almost gets taken on down, but Vinny will get pushed back, so we now find ourselves...
Brilliant work from Vinny. The nade started it, his bullets finished it. Nice alignment. He knew that the smoke was not going to stop his bullets.
No kit here, though. They do have utility to get into this site.
There's going to be a flash and a swing from Vinny, I imagine. Or a more conservative approach.
Are they really going to save on this? I guess they don't know how much damage they did to Crims. They are going to save. You can see this already. Maybe they want to go grab that AWP from Art's body, make sure they can carry that through into the following.
That does seem to be the primary objective. And they can check that one off the list.
Yeah, fnatic, they were in a little bit of danger, all things considered.
We've said that 3 rounds in a row now.
Yeah.
Every time they do seem to keep their head above water, and speaking of, beautiful shot. Muffled bomb explosion. Games are weird, aren't they? Coding's funny.
The fact that someone sat there on a computer putting 0s and 1s and has this video game come out of it, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But like, you know, just the way, it's lots of if this, then that. but just on a really complex level that I'll never understand, and I'll just talk instead. 10-9. That's fnatic taking the lead. We said they have to come in strong, and well, not a single CT round to show for FURIA's defense yet. Perhaps this is the one. JW, however, considering something a little quick.
They've swapped the AWP over, so they've picked it up and they've given it to Henny, not back to Art. Art's been left with an M4. And he's going to be locking down this ramp position, and we can see over towards Yard there will be a late smoke wall coming out from fnatic as well. One player deep within the warehouse. That's a missed Molotov.
Just in case.
Well, no, maybe that is a position that FURIA like to play out of a quirk, so could be something there.
And that's something from Art. I think he got spotted. Yeah, Brolin again wins that fight. Back-to-back rounds where he has relieved any stress they may have. That's a lovely arrival from Vinny. Not only in person, but in smoke as well. Look what that's done. That's deterred Golden and Crims. Still on the hunt for Yuri, though. The flash will be gobbled up, but very little to be done with it. And he falls off ramp, instead supporting outside. They know there is fnatic presence down secret.
Yeah, these Art plays, the risk versus reward is huge, but so far in this half, not paying off at all. Now, Vinny has it all to do. Lots of pressure applied. They're going to step on out off the flash. It didn't even feel like it tickled him, but the headshot will. And the kills continue to come on in for fnatic now as trying to plug these holes. FURIA push forward. That's
how we make CSGO, you know, mainstream ready. We're tickling them.
Yeah.
It's like we're shooting tickle guns.
And we dress them up
He's
like
tickled
Barney,
his head.
Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the vacuum cleaner from Teletubbies? There's a question for you.
I didn't watch. I was a bit old for Teletubbies.
Yeah, me too, man. What was it called? Snoo or something? No, probably not. Noo? I think I've got it.
Well, tweet at us, let us know. For all you Zoomers out there.
Vacuum cleaner? What do you call him? Cleaner, Teletubbies.
All right, Henny and Kaiser are going to do their absolute darndest right now to hold on to these weapons.
Noo. I was right.
Could be a player name. Might be easier to pronounce than some of the ones we get stuck with these days.
Oh, I saw a great thing from the other side of esports today. Apparently there was a player for a whole season from China in League of Legends called, and I'm going to be careful with this one, Penus. They called him Penus. He's changed his name now. I think he's called someone else. But,
yeah.
you know, we've had our fair share of that. And
well,
looks like a little glimpse of Walter White's storage container.
You like money? So does CS.money.
Save you some time. Don't watch El Camino.
Ooh. Okay, well, third tactical timeout coming in here from FURIA. As we mentioned, yet to post a round on their CT side. This is similar scenes to what we saw on the first map. A competitive first half, and then one team kind of running away with it in the second.
Still an untarnished attacking record from fnatic.
Still no double AWP setup from FURIA. That was one of their keys to beating Renegades, something that they were doing fantastically well with. I couldn't even believe when they locked down the lower bomb site with 2 AWPs.
Were they retaking as well at times?
Henny AWPing from the dark spot in lower. I'm like, what are we even seeing right now? But look, we're not out to play just yet, and here is where they're going to need to stand on up and see if they can have some form of resistance. fnatic, so they're going to nade open Squeaky Door and go for some harassment towards the top side again. That's going to put pressure on Yuri, spamming through the vent. We'll get a little bit of damage.
Could have been a whole lot more. Molotov from Kayserato, however, onto JW. Kayserato immediately caught out on the site. Now what can you do? Yuri, he's smoked off. He's going to be naded. Likely an impossible situation now. Looking to change things, though, is Art. He's going to get the first, not be able to transfer into the second. Flusher digging his heels in now towards Squeaky. Leaves Yuri and Henny in a rather dire strait. Likely going to want to keep hold of that AWP. You can see he's already started his mission. Yuri going to the other side. Polar opposites of the map, and another successful round from fnatic. Can I have a quick recap? What just happened there?
It was just a top rush.
Just a quick toppy.
Just a top rush. So nade open Squeaky, get the smoke into main. Obviously Yuri trying to spam through the vent there, taking down whatever he can, but you're able to bust on out like that and you isolate individuals, your top side players are going to be swarmed, and that's what we saw go on down. They want to hunt, they want to see if they can get rid of this AUG in the hands of Yuri. They know where he is. He's going to very close to surviving here. Brolin doesn't want to push forward anymore. He's going to hold on to that SG. And Henny will continue to keep his KD, well, it's not in the positive, but look, the more you save, guys, the better your stats look.
Ah, I see.
Obviously, they want to carry it forward so they can
A friend of mine told me about that, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, he plays for, as a team. It's called a Vanguard.
Ah, Game Time. But we have the double orbs. We've been asking for it, and finally they're out here to play. So FURIA might have a chance to get back into this as JW wants to go straight towards Squeaky. Going to be Molotoved off. Let's see if he feels a little bit cheeky. And he does.
He does. Waits for the timing. Door closed once again. Likely going to have some bullets from Vinny. It's all a question of intuition.
Outside right now, there's an interesting setup going on. And Renegades did try similar plays. They've got one player looking towards top of yellow, which is not yellow anymore, and Art in the vent with the orb. So,
oh, the timing! Oh, the panic! The door! Never before has Art heard such a scary sound effect. The door opens just as he arrives up vents. Still, stabilizing courtesy of Vinny. Needs a fresh mag, never mind. It will be a frag. Brolin shuts him down. So Henny and Keserato.
Haven't rotated anybody lower. They're waiting for a sound cue if the bomb will get planted there, as we can tell that two players towards Hut and Squeaky with the bomb. Nobody on top side to receive this, so maybe it's just a save again. You can't save the entire game. You're going to lose.
And I'll take top tier analysis for 500, Alex.
Yep. Stating the obvious, and broad strokes. That's what they pay me for.
Gets the brush out. It's one of those rolly ones that you can extend.
I do stick figures.
Henny, however, does catch a glimpse of the shoulder of Flusher. They're considering it.
There are lots of nades in play here.
So the flash comes out from Keserato and
Blinds himself.
yeah, he immediately glances towards his teammate's screen. Important duel. Flusher does reveal his location. A big frag from Keserato puts it all onto Golden. Keserato's going to be checking this.
Smoke the bomb.
Where's the bomb? Oh, and that was an opportunity. Instead, Keserato secures it, and that's the first for FURIA. Double digits found, keeping the gap small, 12 to 10. This is a must-win for fnatic, need I remind you.
Roland has 16k.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's a treat.
Almost the same amount of money as his age.
Whoa, that's 17 years of age. And the pressure of a $40,000 difference on this game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, so for those not in the nose, first place is 250k, second is 80k. That's 170k difference. And then between this matchup right now, third place will net you 40. So yes, a 40k difference. And we need to reiterate this as the fourth tactical timeout will come in for FURIA here. They have run the gauntlet. They started this tournament off. They played NIP in the opening. They lost 0-2. Went on to play 5 Power and Avantgarde, taking down both of those opponents and securing themselves a spot in the playoffs. Playing EG to potentially go further, and they weren't able to get that done. They lost 0-2 there, which netted them the 4th seed. But since then, we've seen 2-0s against Vitality, 2-0s against G2, and 2-0s against Renegade. So they have been battling through this lower bracket.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of those teams were pinned with some high expectations.
Yeah.
FURIA have truly impressed here in Belek for the StarSeries I-League Season 8 Finals. This could be an early fight, and Art pulling that double orb out, and now he's functioning with just 6 points of health. It was JW just throwing out some haymakers early. Now the outside smokes the steps, and Yuri is going to be a fly in the ointment here if they don't check it. Crim's likely, but no, catches a glimpse of the hand. It will go 1 for 1. That's a big one from Golden. Smart trades. We need to get in like an investment app or something that we can sponsor us. Every time it's smart trades, it just pops up on the screen.
Not a bad shout.
Oh, that's a stupid free pitch. There you go.
The HP on Art, in the position that he's currently playing lower, it could be problematic in the sense that if they throw a nade from that position, which we can see Brolin has a Molotov, one lick of those flames and he's basically done and dusted. But if they don't decide to be thorough when they clear that area, he's probably going to be able to get 1 and 4. But right now, looks like we can see 3 individuals walking into the arms of Henny.
He's been so often near, and this time it pays off. More bullets thrown his way, and so he will react accordingly and fall into a more passive line. Ramp room is now Fnatic's. It's flying the flag. Can't plant there, though. With 35 seconds on the clock, they look to descend, and he's really taking quite the gamble. He's gone all the way to decon.
How was there only smoke, though?
Oh, this is going to get awkward. Brolin is outside and got the info there. JW considering a ladder push, and Keserato ready for it. This is going to be tight. This is going to be by the smallest margins. This frag could do everything. Keserato looking to do damage, and Keserato, just the one. JW falls to his death, and now all onto Brolin. 8 seconds. He could just about make it. I think the push is going to come in from Art. He's only got 6 HP, though. 1 bullet will do. He hit the pause button. Shot fired, and now one coming from main. It should be fine, and Henny deals with it. Double AWP saving the day, just about. And another one for FURIA. They string 2 together. They break the drought. It was 6 in a row from fnatic off the pistol. 2 now in response. Both diffuses, both down to the wire.
Art is so brave. On 6 HP running in like that, yeah, sure, you know, if he doesn't sit the plant, then cool, he's going to take that AWP out of your hands. But we can see the money situation right now for FURIA. That would have left only Henny alive, right? Even if Art had stopped him and Brolin had died, or had survived after time, the money would have been a little bit of an issue. But the fact they kept both of those AWPs up puts them in a position right now where they still have a stable buy. We spoke about the 16k in the hands of Brolin before. For him, funds, they're not an issue. And you can see the buy right now for fnatic. It's back working. Now, how do you beat 2 AWPs? You change the pace. You go quick.
Oh, and this is so fast from JW. K-Serato's doing the flashbang dance, and JW crashes that party. Another one. Oh! Brolin alongside him, and now the site is theirs. Why, my goodness, 95 seconds on the clock, and the site is full fnatic. A complete change-up, and the double AWPs left wondering, what on earth can you do with this? Nothing is the answer, and keeping hold of them is the dream. Golden's already considering somewhat of a hunt. He presses his nose to the floor.
And he's called that as well. They can start combing the map right now, Alex. These 2 AWPers, if they get away with saving these, they have done very, very well. Flusher clearing yard as well, and every second ticks on down, they get closer and closer.
Slowly but surely. Golden's going to start the aggression. Nice work from Yuri. He can catch one off guard before Flush is there for the trade here. They go though, and through the smoke he arrives. It's going to be down to the line. Henny with the first. JW doesn't really matter about his low HP. A kind of a comical attempt at a fake flash there, and last second Henny pulls the trigger on another.
Oh, put that one in your pipe and smoke it. They went absolutely bonkers to try and take away those AWPs, but the utility that was remaining in the hands of the FURIA players was enough, as well as, well, fnatic trying to get a little cheeky with a bit of their own. Yeah. 13 to 11 right now, and you can see what the pace change does. Once the AWPs are locked out, if they can't find any impact at the start of the rounds, it's so difficult to retake. Wait, Golden doesn't have a gun?
Golden doesn't need a gun. Golden's doing something rather special. He's charging with a Glock, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he?
Okay, he's going back.
Okay,
he's going back.
This is
he's going back.
Are they faking a vent dive?
He's going back.
And now they're... Okay. Well, now this is an adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Consolidation Final. Golden will grab himself...
Okay, so these things happen. These things do happen when you ask for a gun to get dropped across, and then maybe, you know,
you thought it was on the floor.
A little bit confusing, and he now has a Glock. So it's not the end of the world.
But imagine if it is, though. If he's in a 1v1, Chad, imagine...
If he's in a 1v1 and he hasn't picked up a rifle, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, fine. You make points.
But that's wild. They faked out so much utility top. I don't think that was the plan. I think Golden ran in because he got into the site. And then I think he realized it had a Glock and then he ran all the way back through Squeaky.
I mean, he's so focused on the call, so focused on the strategy. His teammates, you may not even realize. We'll find out.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, vending machine sponge.
All right, well, Art now with the AWP. This is a fantastic position for an AWPer to find himself in. Potentially a shooting gallery right here.
And rather Art style, he will be the first one across. It's Golden. Nice connection from Art as well. Just the first, though, as the USP just tickles JW into submission.
Good molly usage.
Blue side is Fnatic's. This T side has looked so promising. FURIA are running out of chances now. The weapons are not ideal. A shotgun, an AWP, that's not a retake. Instead, I can't believe I'm saying it again, but another save is on the cards for FURIA.
Just feels like if they don't get the opening kill or if they're unable to defend the territory early, they're left with no choice.
Right.
And now JW's picked up that AWP. We can see the money situation if you just take a look on the right-hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Not looking too pretty right now for FURIA. Henny has 1,750, but everyone else is basically bankrupt. Looks a little bit like my account at the moment.
Yeah. Did you see the news, by the way?
No.
You didn't see the... there was a wig delivery. There was a van full of wigs, actually, in the UK. Crashed. And the 2 criminals that had stolen these wigs, they fled the area, and the police, well, they were combing the area. I was going to let that one sit there as I regret everything that just came out of my mouth. Round 26, an important one. I feel like I may be a broken record, but let me remind you, Fnatic falling on their map pick. They go to Nuke of all maps, a map that all analysts have pointed to suggest that, yes, Fnatic have legs on it, but by no means are up to FURIA's standards. And after a 9-round T side on their map pick, FURIA have looked shaken on what most would consider the easier side. Not over yet, though. A similar setup. Shotgun, AWP, 3 rifles. Chad's made it clear that first frag does seem to be a very big point of contention in a back.
Come on!
Yuri just moonwalks into the crosshairs of JW.
What's that about? It has to be a miscommunication of some variety right there, but now this is just in the hands of fnatic. Brolin is right next to an individual. Watch this. He's going to walk on in. And what is happening?
What game are we playing? Art walking out, does get caught. Brolin's going to get him. A shotgun was thrown, and now Vinny's gone. This round has just been gifted to fnatic, gift-wrapped. K-Serato caught off guard as well. It just seems like a complete discombobulation for FURIA in a crucial round. fnatic, they're poised to take this, take us to 3.
Jeez, that was a circus of a round right there, wasn't it? It just must have been miscommunication after miscommunication, or maybe just getting a little bit lazy right now because the pressure is just constantly being applied, and fnatic, they're activated. Brolin, what did he do? Start this half with 5 kills. He's up to 16. He's with the boys now. There's no slacking from the youngster. He's come alive in this second half, and it's been much needed. Now, every single win on Nuke that this fnatic roster gets, they are buying respect for future matches on this map. They are buying themselves truckloads of respect. Beating Astralis at Malmo, yeah, you played some fantastic Counter-Strike. They've beaten Vitality here. They've been getting some wins on Nuke. They beat Northover in Pro League, and they're going to potentially take down FURIA here. 1 round away from taking us to a 3rd.
I'm surprised we didn't see a timeout.
FURIA have already used all theirs.
Oh, but that would no longer surprised. This is a change-up, though. They're going to flash Art for some early control, and if nothing more than just info for Golden as he continues to hold the line. It does, however, take that as an option off the table for the mid-round for now.
Just to note with Art, he's 3 for 5 in terms of opening duels, and the majority of those deaths have come at the start of this CT half in the early stages. He was giving up his life quite consistently.
Interesting kind of Molotov usage there from fnatic. They wanted to just flush out the back of that red container for any early aggressions. They know that FURIA are hunting for a change, mixing things up. Now the smoke wall arrives. Golden does seem to have quite the preference for a late smoke wall.
This is going to be a flash so that he can clear out the close left,
which he knows Art likes to live in. Not this case.
Done their homework. At 17, I wasn't doing mine, so
nice.
Roland's already living life at a much higher pace than me.
Homework is so stupid, isn't it? Write down 6 French vegetables by Monday.
Aubergine.
Nice, man.
Is it French?
I don't know.
Sounds good.
Courgette, that's a French word.
All right, Yuri here has an opportunity to strike on the red ball. Will get 1 kill, but now his position is known. Brolin gets a chance to isolate, and he will convert.
This is it for fnatic. 4 frags away. K-Serato needs to find one, and does. JW gone. Henny and Art remain, all up against Crims. He's already got 2. This would be a 1v2 4K with 15 seconds left. Is he really going to do it? Scoops up the bomb and does so silently to have 10 seconds on the clock and to try and...
Heard him now.
Yeah, he has to. Picks up the pace, but I think he's certainly beaten the clock and will beat the CTs. Bomb down in the nick of time into the 1v2. Does he try and reposition? Be forced to. Flashes arrive.
He can only be in so many positions
right now. No kits
right
as well. No kits. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too much of an issue because already the gap has been closed. Henny close, and I think Art might have got the info.
No, they've got no idea.
No?
Henny wouldn't have smoked there otherwise.
No, the pre-fire, they got something looking for the transfer. It's Art saving the day. Not the first time. And the 10-second defuse will come in. fnatic, they may have match point, but they do not have round 27. I will correct myself. Map point. Of course, this would go to 3 should fnatic acquire it. 1 is all they need.
And that'll be Mirage as the 3rd here. We're not far away from that now.
Oh, fnatic FURIA Mirage? Sign me up.
This is overtime or bust right now for FURIA, obviously, so if they want to take this in 2, if they want to consider this playoff lower bracket streak of 2-0s, clean sheets as we like to call them, you need to muster up a little bit here late in this second half. 15 to 12 now, fnatic not far away, lots of money in the bank. They can buy out the remainder of this half, no dramas whatsoever. Let's see if they go back to that top rush. It looks like it.
Does look very quick. K-Serato to contest and a huge double kill in anticipation of the very same play. Art can't do anything with that. Can't put some bullet through that smoke with his AWP despite being so close to it. Enables Brolan to enter the low side quick. The rest of this assault comes from ramp room. Yuri can do everything. That's 1. And traded by Henny. FURIA take control of the round completely.
Here's the problem for Brolin. Those windows aren't broken, which means he can't make his way on up to ramp without making a sound cue. But the opportunity to go back up through secret with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, well, that one's well and truly on the cards. As long as he doesn't scope with that SG, Art will not hear him. But
surely Brolin's going to be checking that. So often in the mid-rounds late, there's going to be someone hanging out.
the issue here is the mid-round with the skirmish that's going on down. It would seem like a harder spot to be worrying about, considering you would be hoping for a rotation. But he has just caught Art here around the corner. That information will ring on out to the remainder of the CTs, and they should be swarming, but it won't matter. Art will get the kill, and FURIA now up to 13. They're definitely battling back. They're not giving up hope, and as I mentioned, fnatic, they will be able to buy again. It feels like that top rush is being dealt with now through Squeaky a lot better. Yuri's putting his life on the line as opposed to just trying to spam the vent, because if he goes into that position and he even gets 1 kill in trades, he's going to slow them down a lot more than just the spam.
Yeah, Serato actually making short work of that top push. Quick double kill, knew it was all or nothing. Now, a bit of a gift from fnatic. It gives, of course, their opponents a chance to talk. All of the timeouts used by FURIA, but they're going to be loving this gift from the Swedes as they look to catch their breath. They know 1 round is all it will take. Brought a couple of the AKs from the round prior into this one. And if you're golden, you've seen topside work. You've seen those early ramp pushes work, of course, for FURIA in that first half. However, it is an AWPer typically playing that. No AWP in play, at least not on Henny's hands. It will be Art choosing to bring that one out. Where's he taking that? He'll be filling the role of the ramp AWPer, it seems. Perhaps even a fast secret play, we'll see.
He's dipping straight on under, so he's expecting them to be dropping down secret here. But however, we can see nobody from fnatic will be going behind that smoke wall. It's a ruse. It's going to be a top hit.
Him again. Ballsy, close nade to try and catch the corner player. Serato eats that flash for breakfast, but it's not checked. And now he can kill 1 and 2. Serato double kills in back-to-back rounds, puts FURIA surely on 14. Not a body dropped. They find life at the very end of Nuke.
Flusher's still alive here, though, Alex. His awareness is some of the
Want to finish that sentence?
best in the world. However, Serato's headshot ability, it's pretty good too.
He's got that, and I will remind you as well, Chad giving me the info earlier that Serato and who was the second member? Henny?
Yeah.
Looking like they're candidates for MVP, should they, of course, continue their run.
JW wins these. I just figure if I say it, then it won't happen. Yeah, see?
Right, Caster's curse and all that. And it comes down to the 30th round. Overtime has been somewhat of a signature of the StarSeries I-League Season 8, so much of it. And overcoming adversity has been working out. 9 rounds from the T side of fnatic. It's looked so good, but scratching his head now. What's the call? You've tried 2 back-to-back topside takes. Are they saying there's no way they're doing it again?
I think that they could have played a couple of, obviously hindsight's 20/20 in this whole scenario right here, but they could definitely have tried. The last tactical timeout will be used here as well, so this is quite a curious one. There's no rush. They've already tried the fast rounds. I don't hate that they tried those fast rounds. If I was in a similar situation and I only needed 1 more round, you may as well throw everything in the kitchen sink at them, and what was working was those top plays. But now that we move forward, they can try a little bit more finesse here. The smoke wall, they have been able to get across. There haven't been too many issues there. Art with the AWP, we could see what his plan was last round. I'd be curious to see if he wants to go for a similar one, but he won't be going for that at all, as it will be dropped across to Henny.
A small tidbit is this is one of the few rounds we see Crims on the Krieg.
Yeah, he bought it a couple of rounds earlier, but with not too much success. So him and Brolin are the ones donning that right now, and the smoke wall will be coming out a little bit faster this time. Still wanting to go for the pace, fnatic. It's going to force out the rotation very, very early for the likes of FURIA.
Willing to burn their toes. Rubber on their boots, a bit sticky.
And that's those opening kills from Art that I'm talking about.
Off, and Brolin, he wants to win this one. He wants Mirage. And he's got another. Yuri goes down in vents. Just Henny and Vinny. They sound good, but it doesn't look good. JW's pushing him. He's cognizant of that. No, oh, he's going to get naded and mollied. He's got very few options now. It's no longer rock in a hard place, but it's flame or a smoke. Now, as it dissipates, he takes a pot shot. Nothing connects, and their chances dwindling with every second that passes.
Impossible.
This is impossible, are the words of Chad Sponge Birchall. That's SPUNJ. On Twitter, good frag from Vinny. Another chance, perhaps. His kit's available, but good positioning from Crims. That should be the nail in the coffin. This is going to 3. Henny No chance, no hope, no life. It's going to be a full 30, but fnatic, they do it. 10 rounds on their T side of Nuke. They beat the 9 that FURIA managed to post. What a game of Counter-Strike.
And we asked more from Brawl, and he stepped on up, 15 kills in that half right there. The youngster getting it started, getting it kicked on off in that final round with some big openings. He stepped up, he did what he needed to do, and fnatic, they're going to settle in right now. Map 1, they might have been blown out of the water on their map pick. They had to really battle back here on Nuke to stick on in this one. Things were looking good from FURIA early. But we will be going through to Mirage.
Yeah, and I'm not complaining. I mean, if we continue this level of Counter-Strike, it's just mad. There were some ridiculous rounds, like the round where Arts caught off, Yuri's moonwalking.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
fnatic, their T side just looked deadly. And this is, I mean, the way you phrased it, I think is the way I'd like to end it, is that, you know, with every win like this, fnatic are getting on Nuke it's a statement for the respect. Yeah, that was the word you used. Every other team watching.
Well, you know who we have to break this one all down? It's the daddy desk. We have two actual dads and the creamy daddy. So they'll be back with you soon. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you catch the analysis, and then we'll be back with Mirage.